The Port of Galveston is a popular cruise port in Texas that serves many cruisers each year, many who have to fly in the night before.
Now let's talk about best Galveston hotels for cruisers. If you are coming in the night before, you're looking for a place to stay, I recommend that you stay in Galveston. While it might seem tempting to select a hotel near the airport and transport to the Port of Galveston on embarkation day, I advise against this for 3 reasons. First, the Houston area hotels aren't exactly in the best locations, especially hobby. So staying at a hotel near the airport, not the best, most savory choice. Second, as I mentioned earlier, the distance between the airports and the cruise port is 41 miles and 70 miles, and the traffic and construction are notoriously bad, meaning that you can't exceed an hour and a half from airport to cruise port. And then finally, there isn't much to do in the immediate vicinity of the Houston airports, unlike in Galveston, where I think there's plenty of things to do. I advise cruisers to stay in a hotel in Galveston, although know that properties near the cruise port during peak times can of course spike in price. If that happens, budget-conscious cruisers might consider finding a hotel halfway down I-45 between Houston and Galveston to put them closer to port, but not pay as much for a hotel stay. Now let's talk about some specific hotels near Port of Galveston. Holiday Inn Resort Galveston on the beach is one of my recommendations because of a few reasons. One, it's in close proximity to the cruise terminal. It's about 3.5 miles away. The property features ocean view and balcony rooms. They have free Wi-Fi, a heated outdoor pool, and it's oceanside, meaning it's just a short walk across the street to get to the beach, where they have loungers and umbrellas available for rent. There's a ton of restaurants within walking distance, including Rainforest Cafe, which is great for families. If you're driving in, parking is available for $70 for the week for up to 8 days, and they do have a park stay and go rate, including shuttle to the port, parking, and one-night stay. The shuttle to port is $15 per person though, so I recommend just taking an Uber, which runs about $15 to $30 for up to 4 people. My next recommendation is the Tremont House Hotel Galveston. This hotel brings character and charm as Galveston's only downtown historic hotel in the Strand. And the Strand is just a district in Galveston that is their historic district. This is consistently one of the top rated properties in the area. The Strand area is beautiful. It's lined with ornate late 1800s buildings and filled with restaurants, art galleries, museums, shops, and more. It's one of the few hotels that is feasible to walk from the hotel to the port. It's just about 2 blocks. Although they do offer shuttle service for $15 per person, and Uber will cost you about $8 to $15, but that's up to 4 people. They do offer complimentary Wi-Fi and continental breakfast, and if you're driving, parking is available for $100 for a week, up to 7 days. My next recommendation is Harbor House at Pier 21. I like this because it's another property that's located really close to port, less than a mile away, and it's technically walkable depending upon the terminal from which you're sailing, but I don't recommend it. They do offer shuttle service at $15 for 2 people, along with free Wi-Fi and continental breakfast. If you take an Uber, it'll run you $9 to $15 for up to 4 people. If you need parking, it's $15 per night, and they do have some restaurants around the hotel, but your best bet here is to walk about 3 blocks to the Strand. If you're staying at a Galveston hotel the night before your cruise from the Port of Galveston, or if you have a morning to kill before your cruise, maybe you have a later embarkation time, there are a lot of great activities nearby, and all these sites are close to the recommended hotels, many of them even walkable. My first recommendation of places to visit in Galveston is the Strand. As I mentioned earlier, it's a great place to explore because it's Galveston's historic district. They have lots of great old buildings, restaurants, art galleries, museums, shops, and more, and it's just blocks away from all of my recommended hotels. Also, as I mentioned earlier, Rainforest Cafe is right there as well, and that's a great option for families, as is the Galveston Railroad Museum, which provides interactive exhibits at a location that's less than a mile from all of my recommended hotels.
So there you have it, my top recommended hotels in Galveston, Texas for cruisers and things to do the day before or the morning of your cruise.